we're in the midst of hurricanes and the aftermath of hurricanes, and you still have the President of the United States denying the science of climate change. How do you counteract that?
Well, first I want to say it's really extraordinary that the president can deny science like that, but he's done so many other what's the word? I don't even have an adjective. So it's bad, and how we counteract it is with this climate summit, with normal people respecting the truth and communicating that with other normal people, and combating the President of the United States in what are lies, distortions, and quite frankly bizarre behavior. So we have to keep at it, and I'm glad you gave me a chance to answer your question, because we can't say it enough. The President is just wrong.
The hurricanes are more severe. The wildfires are more severe. The storm surge is worse because sea levels are rising. Talk to me about what we are physically experiencing here in the United States and around the world that proves that everyone who predicted that this would happen was correct.
I would say we're just experiencing the very early beginnings of climate change. The forest fires in California, which are worse than any other time in recorded history, it's really just, unfortunately, it's the beginning. That as the carbon builds up, and it builds up very rapidly, we'll have more drought, more fires, more storms, more intense storms, more trouble. And the worst part is more migration. We're going to have people moving from their land that will no longer produce enough food. So the world leaders have got to wake up.
Now, the exit from the Paris Climate Agreement isn't official and binding till 2020, but what is the impact already internationally of the United States having said we're out of it?
So Trump is an enabler. We often hear that term, enabler. He's an enabler of climate negligence and climate avoidance. So that's what's bad about it, because we have to make sure that all these other countries, whether it's Russia or Poland or South America, Brazil, whatever the heck it is, everybody's got to step up. And the President of the United States should be the cheerleader, the exemplar, and instead he's the saboteur. And that's tragic.
Here at the climate conference, you faced protesters. The Democratic Party has divisions. How do you handle that? But some people say you're not even, despite your leadership on this issue, that you're not doing enough.
We're not doing enough. No one is. I do believe, though, we're doing more than anyone else, and that's not enough. So the protesters want to get the oil out of the ground, get it into the ground faster. And I think that's a noble thought. But I think what we're seeing in the protests, you're going to see more incoherent, disruptive reactions, because people are going to say, gee, if this climate change keeps going, it could be a very deteriorated world. So kids are going to react, and they're going to do whatever they can to wake everyone up. So I would take these protests as a wake-up call.
Now, as a governor, how do you feel when the President of the United States says that nearly 3,000 people did not die in Puerto Rico, even though it was the result of a scientific study, and says that it was a Democratic conspiracy to claim all these deaths?
Well, the problem is we never had a president who is engaged in this kind of behavior. I mean, he's not telling the truth. He keeps changing his mind. He's, sabotaging the world order in many respects. So it's unprecedented. It's dangerous. And hopefully this election is going to send a strong message to the country. The Democrats will win. And then Trump, well, something's got to happen to this guy. Because if we don't get rid of him, he's going to undermine America and even the world.